Joined now on the IdahoSports.com prepcast by Chad Hill, baseball coach at South Fremont High. 17-5 South Fremont is this season. But like coaches say, none of that really matters because the only thing that matters is the postseason, and you are getting ready for your district tournament debut against Sugar-Salem in a best-of-3 game series. Thanks for joining us, Coach Hill. How excited are you to be into the postseason now?
Yeah, postseason is always an exciting time of year. Stakes get kicked up a little bit, means a little bit more, so it's a little more pressure there. And hopefully we've got our kids prepared and ready to go and confident, and hopefully we go out and have a good run here down the stretch.
I guess my opening statement was probably a little harsh. You guys did have a very nice regular season, 17-5, the third-ranked team in the coaches poll. What worked well for your guys this year?
Our pitching staff has been solid all year. We've thrown a lot of strikes. We haven't given up a lot of walks, and I think that's key in all of baseball, but I think especially in our 3A, 2A, you get down into those lower ranks, and I think walks are kind of the things that kill you the most. And so our pitching's been good, but our defense has been really solid behind them as well. And then offense, we've scored runs when we've had to. We've had quite a few close games, but I think our pitching and defense has kind of been the key this year.
Okay, so you mentioned the defense. I was going to ask, when you're throwing in the strike zone a lot, you're either A, getting strikeouts, or B, pitching to contact. And so if you're doing that second thing, you need to have a good, solid defense behind you. Defensively, it sounds like your team has been pretty solid this year.
Yeah, we have. I think we're really solid up the middle. Our center field, Easton Curbs, has been playing great. He gets a lot of reads on balls and makes a lot of difficult plays look pretty routine. He's done a great job in center field. And then shortstop's been Cayman Peebles pretty much all year. And then second base has been Carter Yancey and Bridger Erickson, kind of rotate there when they're not pitching. And so we've been really solid up the middle. And then also catching, Cooper Crapo has kind of been our catcher. And, we don't give up a lot of pass balls and we make teams earn bases. And so I think defensively, we've just been solid that way without giving free bases. We haven't given up a lot of stolen bases, just off of errors, things like that. It's always good when you got to make teams earn every base they get. So I think we've done a good job with that this year.
I love it. Good, solid, fundamental baseball. What was the state of your program heading into this year? Because you had lost all of last year because of COVID-19. Well, almost all of last year because of COVID-19. What was the state of your program when you started the year?
We were pretty confident. We did graduate a lot of guys last year that had played a lot of baseball and so we graduated a lot of kids, but we were able to play some summer ball. We play Legion and we were able to kind of compete there. So we had a lot of these same kids were on that summer ball team. So we kind of knew where we were going to be at. Our pitching depth hasn't been as deep as it has been in the past. But we've had a bunch of kids step up and we've asked them to pitch and they've been able to pound the strike zone and fill the strike zone up, and so we've been pretty excited that way with our pitching. And then defensively, we've just been solid all year. We've been pretty stingy giving up runs. And so with summer ball, we kind of knew where we were going to be, but I think our kids have kind of bought in and worked pretty hard to get to where we're at right now. And I think we're playing pretty good ball right now. So yeah, so we're excited about this season.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about your pitching staff, because this time of year, almost every single team has at least one stud or maybe two guys. But if you want to have a lot of success, you've got to go to that third, fourth, and even sometimes that fifth guy. How big is your pitching staff?
Yeah, for sure. So we've got at the top of our staff is probably Bridger Erickson has been just dominant this year, and he's kind of been that ace guy for us and has had a good year. And then right below him, we've got Carter Yancey. Those two are both seniors. And then after that, we've been able to get some good games out of a bunch of different guys. Easton Curbs is throwing a good game here, and Bryson Forbush is throwing a good game. We've got Cayman Peebles that can throw for us as well. So we've got a bunch of guys that haven't started a ton of games, but they've came in and given us some quality innings. So we're confident when those guys get on the mound as well that they can continue to get outs and give us a chance to compete in ball games.
So the nice thing is you've had a great regular season, 17-5, as we said. The bad part is now you get into districts, and it's a 3-team district, and now with Sugar-Salem eliminating Teton. It comes down to you guys and the Diggers, and I don't think the South Fremont fans would have it any other way. But with that said, all it takes is a game or two. I mean, the margins are very thin here, right?
Yeah, for sure. We have changed kind of our setup. We are doing a best of 3 series. And I like that setup. It's not just one game. You have one bad game, they've got to beat you twice. And I think I like that better. I think that kind of gets the better team in. It gives a better team a better chance of being that first seed. So it's not just one game. You play a bad game here and your whole season's done. So I like the setup, but it's still a lot of pressure. You've got to come out and you've got to win 2 games, and Sugar's going to come and be confident and play well. They've had a good season as well, and they're playing pretty well right now. So we're going to have to come out and play well and be confident and come up with some timely hits and drive some runs in, and hopefully give our pitchers a little chance to relax a little and have some confidence behind them as well, knowing the offense is going to score some runs for them too. So.
Yeah, so you mentioned in years past it had been sort of a bracket style type of setup with the league that you're in. This year with 3 teams, you went to an opening round best of 3 game series between Teton and Sugar-Salem. You were the regular season champs, and you got the bye, which meant that while Sugar-Salem was playing 2 games on Monday, you guys were going to be sitting back and not really getting any reps or anything, but you were able to fill in the schedule very late at the start of the week. Tell us a little bit about this last-minute regular season doubleheader you got scheduled.
Yeah, I thought that was key for us. Our last regular season game was going to be last Tuesday, so we were going to sit for a little over a week before we were able to play our district games. And so we had talked to Bonneville earlier. We knew they were looking for some games, and we just couldn't get anything to match up. And then once we knew we were the 1 seed, I got a hold of them again, and they had an opening that they could play on Monday. And so we were able to get 2 games with Bonneville and at least get some live at bats and see some ground balls, some pop flies off the bat. And our pitchers were able to get a little bit of work in, kind of a live bullpen session. So that was good that we got a little bit of on-field time against another quality squad and kind of help us get tuned in for Friday. So actually Thursday now. So.
Right. Yeah. Bonneville's no slouch in the 4A ranks, and you guys showed up and showed out against them. So yeah, you mentioned originally this best of 3 game series against Sugar was supposed to be on Friday, but it's now been moved to Thursday, tomorrow. We're recording this on Wednesday. Why was it changed? Because of weather?
Yeah, we just saw it's supposed to be a pretty good windstorm coming through on Friday. And so the weather was supposed to be about 80 degrees on Thursday and minimal wind. So we all decided Thursday would be a better day to try to play it. So we moved it to Thursday instead of try to play in the wind on Friday.
Now, I know I'm confident you guys are going to take care of business on Thursday, but there is that 3rd game if necessary on the 5% chance that happens. Right.
Yeah.
Is that still scheduled for Saturday?
Yeah, I think we're going to leave that one as Saturday with the weather to be bad on Friday. I think we'll try to bump that one to Saturday still and leave it as Saturday. So, yeah.
So you were able to beat Sugar-Salem twice already in the regular season. You went undefeated in conference play. What do you know about this Diggers team? What do they do well? I mean, it was 2 games, 8-0, and then 5-4. The second game was pretty close with the Diggers. What do you know about this team?
They're very confident, and as we played them, I thought they got more confident, but they hit the ball well. They all put the ball in play. They don't strike out a lot. The top of their lineup hits the ball very well. I think they got about 3 Harris kids, but Ryan Harris at the top of their lineup hits the ball a ton. And then I think it's Tanner Olson hit a home run off of us, and that kind of gave them some confidence. So I know they're going to come in confident. We didn't see really probably their ace in Kaizen Gardner. He had a blister on his finger, and he was going to start the first game and then wasn't able to. So we haven't seen their best pitching per se. So they're going to be confident behind Kaizen, and we're going to have to come out and be ready to go offensively because he's a good pitcher. And then they're just solid. Like I said, in their lineup, defensively, they're solid. They don't make a lot of errors, so you're going to have to earn your runs against them. So I expect some close games. I think it's going to be a battle to kind of come out on top of that one. So we're excited about it.
Yeah, Sugar-Salem, if you just look at the record, they're right around 500 or just a little bit above it, but they've had a very interesting season, a lot of close games that just have gone the opponent's way. When you look at the 3A baseball landscape in general, I mentioned you were the third ranked team in the coaches poll. Um, do you size up your team compared to some of the other 3A teams around the state, or are you just worried about the district?
We do. We compare ourselves with other teams. We've played Marsh Valley, and I think they're obviously the team to beat. They're impressive. They've got a solid lineup. Excuse me. Uh, Probably the best lineup maybe in this whole side of the state. 5A through 4A, included. They have a great lineup, pitching staff. They've got two studs at the top, and they are defensively don't make any mistakes. So got a good catcher. So they're obviously the kind of the team to beat. But I think we showed right at the first of the year we lost to them 2-1 in extra innings, and so I think we're right there with them. We haven't seen Kimberly or Fruitland or Weiser, those kind of the top teams from the other side, but we think we're right there with the rest of the teams in the state. So hopefully we can get qualified and go show that. So.
Yeah, Marsh Valley is kind of like Sugar. Sugar's got 3 or 4 Harrises. In Marsh Valley, it's all Howells. And of course,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, Kent Howell is the head coach. So it's nice that you're able to see some of the District 5 teams and even some of the District 4 and maybe even District 3 teams. The one area that nobody ever gets to see is District 1 and 2 up north, and that's where the play-in game comes into effect for the 3A tournament. The runner-up from your district will play the runner-up from District 1 and 2. I have that right?
No, we actually play – we get a quarter bid. And
Quarter.
we
Oh,
actually
yes. Okay.
So we play the runner-up from District 5, and then the winner of that game plays the runner-up from District 4 for a play-in game there. So
Okay.
that's kind of how our play-in side works.
Yeah, I must have been looking at the a different classification level
Yeah.
for the playing game. So okay, but knowing that it's a quarter bid, you got to really fight your way to get into state. So how important is it to just take care of business and win the district tournament?
Yeah, for sure. We want to try to win these two and not have to worry about those playing games. Those playing games, anything can happen there. So it's really important for us to be focused and ready to go on Thursday and try to take care of business and get 2 there and just be the top seed out of District 6. So that's kind of our goal going into this week.
You've kind of mentioned it throughout the interview, but again, keys to the game. If you want to take 2 from Sugar-Salem and win the district title, what does your team have to do well in order to be successful?
I think it starts with our pitching. I think our pitching is going to have to be on point, and definitely limit our walks and limit the runs that they're scoring. But offensively, it's going to come into my light turned off there. Offensively, it's definitely going to come down to key hits. We've been good at getting guys on base. We've kind of struggled with driving runs in this year. So it's going to come those big 2-out base hits with a guy on second base, and driving in runs and getting guys on in front of our RBI guys, And so I think offensively, it's going to be the key this year or this week and taking care of business with Sugar. So.
Chad Hill, head baseball coach at South Fremont High School. Thank you for taking a little bit of time to join us. Best of luck, and hopefully we're talking to you again here as we're gearing up for the state 3A tournament.
Appreciate it. Thank you.